Let's go to Shadow Resources Minister Susan McDonald now, who joins me from Cloncurry in Queensland. Thanks for joining us, Susan.
The heart of the great Northwest Minerals Province, Chris. Great to be with you.
Yeah, I want to get your take on the debate last night. Anthony Albanese would not tell us when power prices will be going down. How long would it take for you to get power prices going down?
Oh, well, we have a plan for getting prices going down. And the first thing is to step back from Labor's crazy rush to this all eggs in one basket renewables only program that's driving small business to the wall, families to have to choose.
Yeah, we know how bad it is, but we're talking about getting more gas into the system. Obviously, nuclear is a long way down the track. How quickly, getting gas into the system, can prices start to go down?
Yeah, we'll believe we'll have more gas into the system by the end of this year, which means that manufacturing costs immediately fall, household use of gas immediately falls, and then the electricity usage by gas also starts to fall. So this is a very immediate plan.
So by the end of the year, we could see an impact on electricity prices actually falling or rising less steeply?
Rising less steeply would be the first point, and using gas, which is, about 17% of gas goes into the electricity market. So the big places that will immediately see an impact is businesses that use gas for their manufacturing and for employing people. We're seeing businesses go offshore right now. So that is a really important immediate impact. And for households, they will start to see the pressure of constantly increasing electricity prices come away.
Now, Peter Dutton has told the Australian newspaper that he'd like to index our taxation brackets, get rid of bracket creep forever. Why didn't you take that policy to this election?
Well, I guess that's life, isn't it? That you're constantly reviewing the mix of policies that are the best for the country. I mean, we didn't have a productivity crisis previously. We do now. And bracket creep certainly puts a handbrake on productivity increases when you see workers decide not to take overtime because they know that they'll pay more tax as part of that. So I think it's a terrific announcement. It's one that will be welcomed across the board.
Yeah, let me jump in again, Susan. I think we all agree with that. I think most Australians would welcome the indexing of tax brackets, tax rates, because getting rid of that bracket creep would be great for taxpayers. But it is a good idea. Some of us talked about it in the lead up to this election. Why didn't you take it to this election rather than just leave it for something in the future?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to recognise, unfortunately, is that Labor had such anti-mining and anti-resources policies that our very income stream that allows us to make the sort of tax changes that we're talking about is under threat. And so we have made announcements on being turbocharging investment back into mining, into exploration, into drilling, into new mines, because at the moment, Chris, mining companies, investors are saying, we just don't see the point in it. Electricity prices, power prices are so high. We have to be able to pay the bills for these sort of changes. And that's why we have to attack the very terrible structural damage that Labor has done to our economy in only 3 short years.
So your answer is that we can't afford to do this now?
Well, I think it's all part of the mix, isn't it? Is that Labor has driven us into, collapsing standard of living, a falling income take from mining and taxes. And so in order to introduce new reforms, we have to do it in a timely manner. I think it's
but there's billions of dollars.
Thing to do.
There's billions of dollars in tax breaks in this election from the coalition. There's the 25 cents a litre cut in fuel excise, and there's the $1,200 tax offset that'll go to millions of people. Why wouldn't you have perhaps put them to the side and looked at indexing taxation rates instead?
Well, I think that the fuel tax cut has been incredibly warmly welcomed because that is immediate. That goes straight into people's wallets, allows them to make choices about going to the doctor or paying food bills rather than to give it to the government in a tax excise, a fuel excise. So I think that's smart. That is immediate relief. People are embracing the idea, and whether it be families or small business or transport companies, everybody sees the common sense in cutting that immediately. They can see it at the Bowser, they can measure it in their own pockets, and they can get it now. Remember that a tax break is something that you only get at the end of the year when you put in your tax return.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us, Susan. I appreciate you joining us. Susan McDonald, the Shadow Resources Minister, joining us there from Cloncurry in Queensland.